Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Initially, I want to say I'm in a different space than I usually am, so the lighting is not as usual. But as long as you can hear the message, that's my main concern. My name is Mia. If this is the first time that you are seeing any of my videos. I had a conversation yesterday with someone that I actually found on YouTube. And she pointed out to me very quickly and very directly of the purpose that she saw that was a part of, that it should be a part of my life, I guess I'll say. And I sat with it and I said, okay, she may be onto something. And so this video is out of that, right? And if you don't know about my overarching testimony, my story, you can reference the video called 8 Months Under Witchcraft. This video is very specific to the daily habits or daily practice of constantly watching tarot videos. I got to the point where I was on YouTube, probably, not even going to lie to you, 6 to 8 hours during a 24-hour period watching tarot videos. Because during that time, I had adopted the belief, the practices, the tools, all of that, which fall under the New Age, which falls under the witchdom, which falls under all of that, right? And so I was seeking answers because I had gone away from God. So my answers were coming through other people. They were coming through tarot readings, which was coming from spirits. You don't even know what the spirits are, who the spirits are, what it is, like none of that, right? And so I started to think about that, right? And then I thought about my actual life in real life during that time and how that energy made itself, I mean, when I say manifest, I'm not speaking of manifest how we typically hear it, but it did turn from unseen to seen. I'll say that. One thing I want to point out, when you watch tarot videos or you watch a reader or what have you, even if you have a one-on-one with a tarot reader, you don't know what spirits are on that person, right? And the lighting is going to be wonky, but just bear with me, just get the message. You don't know what spirits are on that person, right? And whether you've thought about this or not, you can absolutely get spiritual energy through a screen. I don't have to be sitting next to you to be affected by what you got going on. So you figure if I'm watching minimum 10 readers a day, right? I am then opening myself up to however many spirits is on that person. Because please believe it's not just one spirit. So you say average, I'm guessing this is all guess. Well, hypothetically, if a person has, let's say, 3 high-level ranking spirits operating through them, because that's what's going on, and I look at 10 readers a day, that's 30 spirits that I have opened myself up to through giving my energy and my attention to YouTube, trying to seek answers and trying to do this thing on my own, this thing called life, right? When we subscribe to doing candle magic, putting in the herbs, and like I said in the other video, I was, honey, okay, I could roll with the best of them in terms of the tools I had, in terms of the time I put in, the books that I purchased. I'm still finding stuff that I purchased and throwing it out on a consistent basis that I forgot I had. I had that much stuff, okay? So when we're trying to take our life into our own hands, right? And a lot of the videos out now, I remember when I first started getting into it, it was videos of Black women are, turning to witchcraft. Black women are turning into hoodoo. They're turning to voodoo. They're turning to all these practices. And the women are like, I wasn't getting my prayers answered before. I wasn't manifesting stuff like I was now. I wasn't, life wasn't hidden how it was now. And one thing I do know is that, okay, boom, I'm not going to deny that you can manifest what you want. I'm not going to deny that. However, you have to continually sacrifice to keep it. right? You're not going to be able to keep what you manifested through your own mechanisms and whatever spirit you gave to, and what, you know what I mean? They're not going to allow you to keep it without continuous energy, sacrifice, workings. That's not how that goes, right? And the moment that you stop or you feel convicted, because that happened to me, I started to feel convicted. I started to have this feeling, this thing where it was like, and I started to be like, I'm telling you, I was on YouTube, like YouTube should have been sending me a check just for my watch hours, not even for my video creation, for my watch hours. And, you know, you give all this energy to YouTube, and I lost my train of thought, but it'll come back to me. What I'm trying to say really is that, you know, we do things in a whole new realm that we are so unfamiliar with, but because it seems cool, it seems current, it seems like it's safe. This is another thing. And I don't know if I'm gonna dedicate a whole video to this, but again, when I was doing the candles and all that, I didn't involve anybody else, right? So I was like, I want more of this, boom. I want less of this, boom. I want to cut this, boom, like that, right? It was always me. So I wasn't like calling on Satan or that, like I wasn't doing nothing dark like that. But the thing is, all of it's dark. So whether or not, you know, and so some people start off tarot readings with prayer. Now, at the time, because I was so fooled and fugazi and foolish, I thought it was an okay thing to do. Okay, boom, they're starting it off with prayer. They're talking to God. This person is under God. I'm straight. That is the farthest thing from the truth. How we get caught up is that they mix truth and untruth. And we know that. The God's word says that, right? And at the time I was ignorant to that fact. So because somebody starts their tarot reading with a prayer, you now think it's safe territory to stay there. You're still opening yourself up to these spirits to come and wreak havoc in your life. So being fooled or feeling some type of ease because they have started off with prayer, you're still being tricked. Tarot Tube is a big place. It still pops up on my feed. I have unsubscribed to every single channel. You know what I mean? I don't want to see your post. I don't want to see your channel. I don't want to see a card. I don't want to see a card, honey. Right? It still pops up. The algorithm still brings it to my attention. Tarot Tube is a huge place. Tarot Tube has so many people of color in it. A lot. And even people who are not of color. I mean, it's huge. It is absolutely a part of New Age, but it's also a part of Old Age. And it makes me question, you know, when God's people went against God, I always question, and I'm getting more into the Bible and things like that, but I always question, and this is something that I'm hoping the answer will be brought to me very concisely, is that what exactly were they doing? Like, I know they were worshiping idols and but what exactly? You know what I mean? Like, what did a day look like? What, when they woke up, what they do around lunch, what they do, you know what I mean? Because that's important. Like I said, I was watching Tarot Tube 6 to 8 hours a day, honey. That's what a day looked like. It consisted of opening myself up consistently. So this is a message to people who have really kind of, you know, they've been watching tarot over and over and over, and now they find themselves and they're like, it's not hitting how it used to hit. And there's a road that will probably, you know, you may go on beyond that, right? Go back to get back to God, because that's how my road looked. But there's a point where you're like, this is not hidden anymore. I've had enough. Or your disposition completely changes. Like, this I'm good. Drop me off here, right? Tarot tube has probably and another one last thing is that I remember it. Oh, the amount of beef. Honey, the tarot readers used to have beef with each other. So they used to make videos about each other on their videos. What? Okay. One reader was said, and this actually struck a nerve with me, was like, okay, stop watching these readers who have these candles in every color, because they're siphoning your energy through the candle colors, talking about chakras and all that. And at the time I was very well versed. So I was like, and I automatically, one reader came to mind. Also, when I started watching some of these readers, some in my spirit was like, some is off. You know what I mean? And these were extremely popular figures within this world. And I was like, the readings always get negative. It's like the message is always just taking a left, and that's your spirit discerning. Don't ignore that. Really stop watching it. But when you ignore those, that's your spirit talking to you. That's God talking to you like, all right, it's time to come back. I'll let you frolic along enough. But when she said that about the candles, it got me thinking like, wait a minute. So let's think about it. If she can pull from everybody watching her, why can't we pull from watch? You know what I mean? Like, if that's how it works, then that's how it's working. And these spirits are being invited. I'm low-key inviting these spirits into my existence to wreak havoc in my life, to put me in the ER. Right? That's what I'm doing. So I heavily invite you to stop watching tarot, period. If you've been feeling convicted lately, in back of your mind, you're like, low-key, I'm addicted. Low-key, I've spent so much money. Low-key, I like this person. Low-key, I feel like they've helped me, la, 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 la. When you feel convicted enough and your life starts showing proof that it's time to cut it out, cut it out. Cut it out. All right. That's it. Tarot tube was on my mind and I felt like I needed to get it out now. So again, apologies for the lighting, but it is what it is. I was comfortable in this spot. I said it needs to be taped in this spot. So here we go. I have been considering, based on my conversation with her, I have been considering creating calls, like mentorship calls or what have you, because I have received questions from women who are just confused. And I get it, because I've been there. And even like yesterday, I wanted some clarity on something. And so I, reached out. So I have been considering that. We'll see if what that turns into. Stay tuned. But a lot of my future videos going forward will speak about, my road, and will be speaking to those who are starting to figure out that ain't it. That's not it. I need to get back to God. I need to get back to God. I've gone far enough. I didn't realize how far I had gone. I didn't realize what I was doing was actually anti-God. I didn't realize the practices that are in my lineage are actually anti-God. And so we're getting into generational curses because my ancestors didn't realize. It's deep. It's deep. It's very many layers. I will be back with multiple videos speaking on it, but that's it. Tarot tube, it's time to cut it out, unsubscribe, and be free. Start fasting, start praying, and getting clear on what God is needing you to do. So I wish you well.